Hi guys, it's your girl Ronnie B, and it's been a while, but I'm working it out. I'm working it out. I'm working it out. So this is a voiceover because I couldn't get to talk while I was doing the video, but this video is all about me making a headboard from scratch. It's behind me there. It's looking all cute and dandy. Yes, fitting in my favorite color. So watch the video and see how I get it done. It was pretty simple, pretty easy, guys. You can make your own headboards any day, anytime. So the video is pretty short as well because I did not start recording from the beginning stage. So this is a video showing you how I made my very own headboard. Please guys, remember to like, subscribe, and watch the video to its entirety. Alright, thank you. Okay, so this is the first stage of starting taking the videos. The foam that I got was on 1-inch foam. That I'm showing you the 1-inch foam. So I had to staple the foam to the plyboard. So I bought a plyboard, I measured it to my bed, and I cut it the size that I wanted, and then I nailed some 2x4s at the back so it could make the foot for it to stand, right? So the foam that I bought, it was big enough, like it was big as a bed mattress, right? So because I didn't want it all of it, I cut it into 2 halves, and this is what I got. So I actually stapled the first piece onto the board, then I glued the second piece, the second layer, on top of the first one. So there is it. So it's 2 pieces glued together there. So I stapled the first piece as shown in the first part of the video, and then I glued the next piece on top of the first one using the glue gun. Then what I did next was to measure where I wanted the buttonholes to be on it, right? So I measured with a ruler, measured with my marker and my ruler. I used a particular measurement as how I wanted it because I didn't have enough buttons. I only had 16 buttons. I bought 16 buttons from the cloth store, right? So I had to measure it in a way in order for the 16 buttons to hold and for it to be perfectly aligned, right? So this is me marking with the ruler, going across, measuring properly to ensure proper measurement, and so it doesn't look tacky. I don't just put them anywhere. I mark it, I measure. Girl, angle it now. Girl, angle it with the measurement. Can tell you now. So I marked with the marker to ensure that I don't miss the spots after measuring. But what I end up doing, I ended up having more holes than the amount of buttons at first. But then I catch up and I'm saying, oh my god, I don't have so many buttons, so I have to cancel some of these holes. But you see in the video, you're gonna see how many X's I actually have on the sponge. And then what I had to do was to put a little tick over those that I wanted in order to cancel some of the markers that I have on it, because I had too many markers and less buttons to fit in the holes, right? So I mark with the marker, and then when I had finished measuring and putting all the markers on the sponge. Remember, you have to measure it properly in order to have the buttonholes looking uniformed on it. They're not aligned going straight down in a straight line. I had to put like some in, like say for instance the 2 at the top, the other one will go into the middle going down, Well, you'll see. Probably you won't understand, but you'll see what I'm talking about. My sister was helping me to video while I was doing it, so she kind of turned the camera all over the place. So here I'm talking, I had to tick those that I wanted. So those without the ticks were eliminated or omitted because there were just too many um markers that I had put the X and not enough buttons to fit on it, right? So that's what I had to do at the end because I didn't remember that it's only 16 button megabyte. But here I had my stencil knife cutting the first layer of the sponge. So I cut it where you see the X. So I cut the X, right, in order to get a little hole. That's where I would attach the buttons. So I cut them open. So when I put the staple gun in it, it would go down into a hole. So you have to cut it or push it down and nail it or something in order for you to get a little hole. We can attach this the rhinestones. So here I was putting on the cloth over it, right? So the whole reason why I made an headboard by myself is because I wanted this color headboard. I wanted a purple color headboard. So that is why I went ahead to make my own headboard. So I wrapped the cloth over it and I stapled the ends. So you have to put enough staples because you're stretching the material and staple. You want to ensure that the material is firm. It cannot be loosed on the board. It has to be firm. So you have to drag it and staple it. So you have to put a lot of staples there to hold it, right? So you go right around and staple. So this is what it looks like when I'm finished stapling all around it, right around the four borders, right? And this is where I'm trying to find the holes now that I had cut out earlier in the sponge. So I have to find the holes and then push the staple gun down in it and staple it, so you get that perfect little hole where you can put the rhinestones. I'm sorry. So you can put the staples down in the hole. So you'll have to find them. It was a little bit challenging finding them, but then I remember that I had measured them. So at one point I had to draw up for the ruler and find measurements, and then I found them easily after measuring with the ruler because I hadn't remembered the measurements, right? So I found them and I stapled them with the staple gun so I get that perfect little hole. They were looking so cute, and at one point I said, okay, I can leave them like this, but then no, I'm saying no, I'm gonna put the rhinestones in. They were looking so cute, like little dimples in it. They were cute, guys. This was so much fun making. I had so much fun trying to do it on my own. It wasn't hard any at all. Then here's me putting some glue. This is crazy glue because why me I plan for use my glue gun and my glue stick and run out. I never realized I'm gonna run out, but I wanted to finish this the same day. So I'm gonna say here now, may I draw for my shoes glue, and it did work. What I had to do was put the glue on it, then push it in the hole and hold it there for a little while until it holds to the material, and it holds perfectly fine. They hold perfectly fine in the hole. I just hold it there for a little while until it kind of dry a little bit and then let it go, and they were all fine. They hold themselves in pretty good. So this is me just filling them in the hole. As I said, it was 16 of them, so I had to make it work like this. Guys, I fell in love with the headboard after it was finished, and I saw that I did it on my own. You guys, I wanted a headboard a good while now, but every time I try to find a color near to this, I cannot find it. So I just say, you know what, let me do it on my own. I went to the hardware, I purchased the board. I went to the cloth store. I purchased the sponge and the cloth and the rhinestone, and it didn't cost as much as going into the store to buy it. So this is what the end product looked like. I am so in love. My favorite color, and my room is looking so dapper.